outside. And, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
A first down throw for Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. Very, very strong. Well over 100 yards.
He should get the ball early and often here, too. I mean, when you're riding the performance of last week into this game, his confidence level has to be off the charts. Go ahead and keep feeding him.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Those defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. On play action, Cousins. Pass incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. He was creeping up toward 200 yards. Thought he was going to get there. Didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18.
He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook.
Cook, a 1st down and more. Oh, what a move. And finally brought down at the 38.
59 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Cook. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field. How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Dalvin Cook,
his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to get a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 12.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
But depending on the team, they call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that second attempt. On second down, it's Jones. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Out of the gun now on third down.
And that is incomplete. Boy, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now brings up fourth down.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Cousins. His throw incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Lets it fly for Thielen. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on fourth down.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Another drive coming up for this Packers offense.
And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. They'll try and throw for it here.
He'll find DeGuara complete.
And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
So on fourth down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Now back to throw. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On third down, here's Jones. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so there's no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. His 6th rushing touchdown on the year, number 8 overall. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. First down, here's Cousins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. And here's Hofrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. Now Cobb to return. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
But they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Back to throw again. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. From the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. A check down here to Jones. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And a good tackle there right around the 30 stops him short of the first down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They'll throw now on the final play. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
On 3rd down, it's Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Cobb. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They'll drop to throw. This one completes a Tunyon underneath. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tunyon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the third. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On third down, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up fourth. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. They're going to look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Back to throw here. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
This is it.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Jones trucks over him and inside the 20 before he's brought down. 81 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Packers have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So here are the Packers now to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll make it a 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. The Packers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 110 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball? Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A.J. Dillon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point try now for Crosby. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
So Kirk Cousins in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. Just under 2 minutes to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Well, they've certainly had trouble blocking this defense through 3.5 quarters. So I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
That's complete. It's Cook.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. To throw, Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make this a 2nd down. Now Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Rosas good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they take a knee. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
A.J. Dillon, 2 yards on the